We are pleased to have Eric Morin, Chair of the Central Employee Relations Committee, here with us to talk about this upcoming round of OPS bargaining.
Thanks, Megan, and I'd like to thank all the presidents who took this day to spend with us to learn about OPS bargaining.
Eric, what's the plan for bargaining this time?
Well, we want to change things up this time. We will be bargaining issues first, and then we will begin to bargain emergency essential services only if there's an impasse with the government and we can't come to a conclusion on issues.
Why are we doing it this way this time?
Well, in the last round, it took us 6 months to bargain essential services and about 3 months to complete the collective agreement. We reviewed what happened last time and we listened to what our members had to say. And basically what they said to us was that we don't want you bargaining a strike, which is how they view essential services. They also questioned why we were exhausting them through this essential service process. So we talked to the employer about doing things differently, and they agreed to look at a different process.
What does the law say we have to do?
Our right to bargain comes under the Crown Employees Collective Bargaining Act, or CERC, and basically what it says that we have to bargain essential and emergency services prior to a strike. So that's what we did in the last rounds, and we're basically in keeping with that law by bargaining before a strike again.
What are the advantages to the way we're bargaining this time?
One of the clear advantages, I believe, is that we will begin to understand the employer's position on issues a lot sooner in the process. The last time it took about 7 or 8 months to get there. The worst case scenario is that by Christmas of this year, we will know exactly where they stand on our issues.
What is the timeline for bargaining this time?
Well, this time we will be electing our teams during the month of June, and then we'll be bringing them back, or bringing them together in early September, where we'll put together our opening positions. We will meet with the employer for the first time on November 4th, and we will bargain hopefully to a conclusion in a new collective agreement by December 23rd, 2008.
Does that give us enough time to reach a deal?
Yes, we believe it does.
What challenges does this process present?
Well, our biggest challenge is trying to build some leverage that the bargaining team can use at the table. This round, it's important that we take a three-pronged approach to bargaining. First of all, we need to have a sustained, well-planned approach at the table. We need to be prepared and be prepared to bargain our members' issues. Secondly, we need to show our colors in the workplace. We need to have demonstrations of solidarity and show the employer that we are 100% behind the bargaining team at the table. This is more important than ever before in developing leverage. And thirdly, the political lobby will play a huge part in this round of bargaining. Our members need to be willing to go out there and speak to their MPPs about their issues and about the importance of rebuilding the public service.
How would you describe the union's relationship with the employer these days?
Well, there's been a normalization in relations since the Harris-Eves years. There's a more civilized approach to labor relations. However, that's not to say there are still not challenges. Martin Luther King said that peace is not merely the absence of tension, but the presence of justice. And so there's not as much tension, but we still have justice issues in the OPS that we need to deal with.
So what are some of the challenges facing the bargaining unit?
Well, for instance, we have enormous workload issues within the ODSP units at our Ministry of Community Services, and we have workload issues actually all around the OPS. We have our classification problem continues. We really need to negotiate a job evaluation system that pays our members fairly for the work they do, and as well as ensuring that they're pay equity compliant. We're also losing work to other bargaining units such as a MAPSEU, so we need to protect our bargaining integrity. We need to continue to fight for the restoration of funding for a number of areas in the OPS, especially with the M&R and the Ministry of Environment protecting our legacy. And also the Premier promise to level the playing field with regard to collective bargaining by changing SECPA, and that hasn't been done yet, so we have a fight there also.
Is this going to be an easy round of bargaining, do you think?
I don't believe any round of bargaining is easy. We have to demonstrate a resolve. We have to show this employer that our members are 100% their bargaining team. No employer, especially when the employer is your government, will give you anything unless you can demonstrate to them that you are serious about bargaining and that the membership is behind the bargaining team. We need the full support of our membership in order to execute the best possible collective agreement.
In your opinion, what will this round of bargaining be about?
Well, it's too early to say, and I wouldn't want to presuppose what our members will say to us during the demand set, but I think it's clear that there's some issues, such as I described earlier, such as workload, loss of work to outside the OPS or to other bargaining units within the OPS, classification issues, fair pay equity. Underfunding of key ministries is a big part of our work. Our members, don't have enough funding to do the work that they've been hired to do. So those are all issues we need to look at.
What's going to be our message to the government this time?
Well, after his first election, when Dalton McGuinty said to our members in the OPS that he wanted to rebuild public services, which was our language, and said he would work with us to do that. But throughout his first mandate, he said to us, well, these changes will take time. We are now into his second mandate, and I believe that the time has come for him to step up and make those changes that are necessary to restore the justice we lost under the Harris-Eves regimes to our members for our members in the OPS.